What's up everyone, I'm Colby from Sanitarian Productions. We're back for another edition of What's in the Box. Today we're looking at the third expansion for the Claustrophobia board game. This one is called Furor Sanguinis, or something to that effect. I probably did butcher that name, but you get the idea anyways. This is actually the set that really drew me into the Claustrophobia world. And it was because of the actual box itself. It's just a really awesome artwork here. This really cool monster kind of leaping out at these night guys down here. So yeah, this is really the reason that I actually picked up the other Claustrophobia sets. But we've got this to look at today and to kind of check it out and see what's included. So if we flip it over to the back, you can kind of see what's included in the set. It's a kind of a small expansion pack. It really only comes with one extra miniature, some extra room tiles, and a few other gameplay components. So it's a kind of very lightweight expansion, but it completely changes part of the way you can play the game. So it's actually pretty awesome. But anyways, let's go ahead and open this thing up so we can just take a look at it and see what's going on. As they say, talk is cheap. So we're going to show you the minis. Yeah, that's not really what they say, but you get the point, I'm sure. Alright, let's shake this thing loose. So, in this set, we've got the new rule set. And we've got two versions of this, one in English and one in French. So I'm going to ignore the French version because I can't really speak it or read it. But it is in here. Then we've got some cool looking tokens here. Very nice. And I'm going to just slide this to the side here so we don't get things mixed up. We've got the actual player board. And if you'll notice here, you've got one side that is in French, and flip it over to the other side and you've got the English version. So that's pretty nice. We've got a set of dice. These are some nice kind of green, translucent colored dice. You probably can't pick that up from the camera here, so sorry about that. But it's kind of it's a different set, so it's easy to see that they're part of this expansion and not part of the original that came. That's cool. We've got a set of tiles. And we're not going to look too closely at these things, but flip them over to the back. We've got the generic art, but these are pretty cool tiles actually. This one has a lot of stuff going on in it, and this one has something else crazy going on in it. So pretty nice looking. We've got our extra miniature, which we'll unbox here in just a moment, but it's a fairly large looking thing. Very nice. And we have the plastic carrying case here, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, again, it's a kind of a light version of an expansion set, but it's still cool. The dice we're not really going to review because they're just dice, so not going to really worry about showing you those up close. But we'll go ahead and cut over and do a zoomed in look at the actual miniature itself. How'd that be? Before we jump into the miniature, I thought we would just thumb through this rule book real quick so you could actually see what was going on here. These are pretty straightforward regular rule books here, so it just basically explains what the new expansion set changes in the game and how you go about playing it. and an example of how to set up some of the tiles, some of the scenarios that you have here. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And I do really dig the artwork on this thing. So there's the rule book real quick. So let's get to the mini. The mini itself comes in a nice clear bag that we're going to just slice open with our knife here. And haul him out here. So this thing is fairly awesome looking. I'll be very honest with you. I really like this thing. The detail work on it is pretty amazing. That's just really wild. Can you just kind of imagine in your head something like this chasing you down some corridors under whatever city you're in? That's wild. Yeah, this thing is really awesome looking. Very great paintwork on it. Very good job on the details. So this is a really kick-ass miniature. As far as scale comparison goes, I've been using this D&D 5e Epic Level Starter Kit miniature, just kind of for some size comparisons you can kind of see here. So the thing doesn't really tower over the guy too much. He's about the same height, but again, this thing is charging. But if you set them side by side here, you can kind of see that this particular mini would work really well in any D&D session as a draconian or just any kind of monster you can come up with. But yeah, that's pretty wild looking. I'm very impressed with this thing here. So you unfortunately only get this one miniature, but it is an awesome miniature. So yeah, sweet. That's cool. So that was our real quick look at the Claustrophobia 3rd expansion set, Furor Sanguinis. It has a very awesome miniature in it. Unfortunately, it is only the one miniature, and then a couple of tokens and tiles and some gameplay mechanic changes to the game. So it's a really awesome set, to be honest with you. The price is very reasonable for an expansion set. Again, it is not got a lot going on for it, other than it just being awesome. You don't get a whole lot of stuff in it, but so because the price is kind of low, it is definitely a highly recommended set. If you're looking for it just for the miniature, it's a little bit pricey just for this one miniature. But if you actually are going to play the game, then I think you'll be very surprised at how well you like this thing. But that's up to you to decide, I suppose. So I don't know. What do y'all think about this thing? Drop us some comments down below. Let us know what you think about this expansion set. That's all the time we've got for today. So thanks for watching. Let us know what you'd see. Let us know what you'd like to see in future episodes. And until next time, game on.